Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? No, it's still morning. Only just. It's 11:31. Good morning, internet. It's Saturday. It's the 30th of March. We have 2 days left. And yeah. Well, the weather forecast today was supposed to be really bad. It's been, well, I mean, it's been awful here. We've had red warnings and high wind and God knows what else. But anyway, all in all, it's not too bad at the moment. So I thought to myself, you got to take the opportunity while the opportunity is there. You got to grasp it to get out on the bike and have a ride, and that's literally just what this is. This is just an excuse to get out for the ride, really. So yeah, okay, so the bike's all ready, Himalayan today, and hopefully, I know it's Saturday, so it's a busy day of a Saturday, but you never know, might not be too bad. I'll tell you what, I put this on today. See this here, I had this on my Suzuki, and it's not the fact that this seat is uncomfortable, because it's not, but you do slide backwards and forwards on this seat. It's a funny shaped seat, you know. The dip there isn't the huge, I don't know, it's just a funny shape. You think the size of my rear end would actually fill that and stop me sliding, but you know what, to my great amazement, it actually doesn't. Anyway, so right, without further ado, I shall scramble on board. Oh God, well, I would do. Bit of a lean this morning, look at that, eh? Okay, we'll try and get on the conventional way without climbing up on the what's this now. I mean, oh, that feels quite nice actually. Right, excuse me, as he has a little cough. I've had the whole family down with this, they call it in France the grip. We're gripped in illness. Basically it's the flu, but it's a real nasty strain of the flu that's been going around, you know, and it really does knock people about. Now luckily I managed to escape it. I didn't get it, and which is for me that's exceptionally good. But yeah, the family have had it, and had it really bad. Okay, so look at this, eh? This isn't too bad at all. Look at the skies, eh? So hopefully, you never know, we might get a decent ride. Going nowhere special. This is literally just a little bit of a plod out and a little bit of a ride round, just to get out, because you know, I mean, like I said, today was supposed to be raining. It's not. I don't know how long it's not going to, but the rest of the week they've got all that down for really bad weather as well. So you know, you think to yourself, you know, again, you basically just have to try and sort of take this when you can. Right, I put the visor down due to the fact that there are a few bugs around today. What's the temperature? What are we reading? We're reading 15 degrees on the trusty old Himalayan, so I don't know, 12, 13 maybe, which isn't too bad. I mean, it'd be nice to have it warmer, but it's not too bad. Slightly bit windy, but I'll tell you what, nothing like we had in the week. Like I said, we started off on an orange warning, and then we got up to a red, and on, what was it now? I can't remember if it was Wednesday night or Thursday night, one of the two. Mate, I think it was Thursday night. We had winds of 187 kilometres an hour again. I mean, okay, fair enough. You know, I'm on the coast, so I suppose you have to sort of live with that you're going to get coastal winds, but yeah, even so. But the good thing is that my Starlink dish, I'm very glad to say, stood up to the test of time. It was rocking a bit, I'll tell you. It was definitely rocking, but it stayed there, and not once in that storm did we lose any any internet connection at all. It was absolutely great. So you know what, thank you, Mr. Musk. Oh, I think you do a fantastic job. Right, look at this. It's starting to get everything. Do you know, I was amazed how, I'm not a gardener, I'm really not, but look, you know, you drive around and you've got all the little primroses and daffodils coming out, and you know, it's just nice. It just makes spring, dare I say. It can't be, I mean, tonight, is it tonight the clocks go forward 1 hour, which makes it even better of an evening time. We're already light of an evening now till it's about 8:15 here now, so that's going to make it 9:15. You know, and it just that little bit of warmth to go with it will be the icing on top of the cake, eh? And you can, you know, you almost feel like, yeah, I mean, look at that for a view, eh? I mean, I'm so blessed where I live, I really am. You know, I mean, I remember when I used to live in the UK, you know, and like I've said before, I was on the edge of the city, so didn't have far to go to get out into the countryside. But even so, you know, you still, it's still a city. I couldn't just come out my house and I'm surrounded by this. This is absolutely gorgeous, you know, it really is. I thought we'd go a little ride down just one of my little harbour towns, down to Audierne, and see what that's like today. Probably a bit more busy than what it's been over the past few times that I've been down there. But yeah, I mean, there's a few clouds in the sky, but nothing drastic to say the least. I love it when all the fields start to, I don't know what this stuff is that they grow here. I'm not too sure. I think it's something to do with feed for the cattle or the pigs, or I don't know, but they grow a lot of it anyway. So it's got to be of some use, isn't it? Oh, you know what I mean. Someone eats it. I don't think it's us. The French do eat some strange food. Well, in actual fact, you know, they don't. I always remember when I first come across here, and you know, frogs' legs, yeah, you know, and you think, I mean, I will try anything. Anyone that actually knows me personally knows that you know, things. I mean, I love offal. You know, heart, liver, kidneys. I absolutely love it. I mean. And I know this sounds crazy, but give me a nice fresh heart, you know, a roast heart over a piece of steak any day. Seriously, you know, and kidneys or liver, I absolutely love them. I do, you know, I think they taste brilliant. But I've had brains. I love brains, you know. Just put them in the deep fat fryer, you know, a bit of breadcrumbs on it. Hey, I tell you what, absolutely gorgeous. Again, you know, a lot of people would say, oh God, well, they have to me several times, you know, ugh, how can you do that? Well, I think a lot of it is that you don't basically think what you're going to eat. You know, you don't. I mean, it's like I don't know how many people watch I'm a Celebrity get me out of it. Do you know, I could do that program. I could, no problem at all. You know, I've had sheep's nuts. I have many times. There's nothing wrong with them. You know, excellent bit of kit, tastes nice. Yeah, you know, I've had a sheep's eye. That was a bit squidgy, I've got to be honest, but you know, but yeah, I mean, so I think there's the food is quite anyway, you know. I forgot how I got this, the French and their strange food. Frog's legs, yeah. I mean, frog's legs, you buy them in the bag across here. You buy a great big bag of like frozen frog's legs, and basically, you know, you just drop them in the deep fat fryer or whatever you want to do, you know. And it's I know people always use chicken as an example, don't they? Oh, it tastes just like chicken. Well, these actually do taste just like chicken. They do, you know. The only trouble is, obviously, that you know, with frog's legs, unless it's some dirty, great big fat frog, there's not a lot of meat on them, you know. So you can eat the whole bag to yourself and still be hungry. But yeah, you know, they have them like sort of well, I think it sort of falls into their aperitif, you know, a bit of a chat round the table and sucking on your frog's legs prior to the main meal. I think they're okay. They are, nothing wrong with them at all. But I mean, food is really what you're making in it, you know. I mean, it was like you know, the hairy bikers, you know, God rest his soul, Dave Moyers. I used to like watching them, you know. You know, some of the cuisine that they used to cook up, it was great. And such a sad, you know, taken far too early. Don't matter who you are, that's far too early. Ooh, bit of a wobble there, eh? You know, when you do it, you try to look and you just can't get the angle, so you got to stop, but you wasn't too sure if you was going to stop, and you think, yeah, nah, be alright, and then you think, no, I got to stop. Oh dear. I'll tell you something, unfortunately, a mate of mine lives back in it. Well, a few of my mates are still back in the UK, and good old technology, you know, we do video calls, and so I was talking to him the beginning of the week, I think Monday or Tuesday I think it was, and he'd gone out for a ride on his bike, minding his own business. He's retired, so you know, he's just out enjoying himself, doing what you enjoy doing. That's the annoying part of it. And he just got sided by a car, you know, took him straight off. Now luckily, okay, you know, a few bumps and bruises, but luckily nothing bad at all, you know. Like I say, you know, knocks and bruises, you get over them, and you know, it's a bit achy for a few days. This car came out of a side turning, just didn't even attempt to stop, just, and literally, I suppose in a way, luckily for him, instead of her coming out and him hitting her side on, it was the other way around. She sided him, so in a way you don't get that horrendous jolt and fly over the car and bent forks and God knows what else. And he was only going slow anyway, thank God. So, you know, but police and ambulance were in attendance, and she's admitted liability, but she couldn't do much else because, you know, there was witnesses. But it is so annoying, isn't it? I mean, what's the excuse? Oh, I didn't see him. Why didn't you see him? Wake up, for crying out loud. You know, I mean, we're not invisible, are we? You know, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Thank God it wasn't, you know. But even so, you know, it sort of shook him up. It shakes anybody up, you know. I remember when I got knocked off my BMW, the guy didn't even stop. He pulled out of a side road straight across, and he caught the back end of my BM and spun me round, and he just carried on, you know. And you sit there in the middle of the road, you know. I was like a little Buddha, you know. I'm thinking, oh my God, and you're lost, you know. You're a bit dazed and you're not too sure and it's horrible, you know. So even if you're not injured, you know, badly, you're still in shock, you're still in daze, you know. And I don't know, it just, how far do we have to go to make these car drivers, and I'm not saying every car driver, of course I'm not, you know, there are some, you know, a lot of excellently responsible drivers out there who actually, you know, take time, but some of them, you know, they just don't give a toss, you know. And yeah, and it makes me, you know, think today how much more observant you have to be, you know. And so, and I think this goes again, this raises that you need to be visible. I don't know whether you just saw that bike that just went past me, you know, with his lights on and that, and you know, and why not, you know, I mean, you have to try and make yourself visible. And I know that some people say, oh, you know, these bikes, they go along and they got all these LED lights on it, can hardly see what I'm going. Yeah, well, that's the idea, you know. So what, it blinds you, who cares less, at least you've seen us, you know, so you won't kill us, hopefully. And yeah, I know, shut up, Colin. It's one that really gets to me, you know, I mean, it really does. I suppose, like, when I drive my car, you know, I look for bikes, I do, and I'm sure that every biker, when he's in a car or she's in a car, that's exactly what happens. You are aware because you ride the bike, and I get it, I mean, I do understand it, you know. People out there, they don't ride bikes, they might not even like bikes. Some of them think that we're a damn nuisance, you know, we make too much noise, or God knows what else. We all ride like lunatics. We all know that's not the case, though. But you know, it's just, so I think we as motorcyclists, we have to take it to the next level ourselves. We have to be more vigilant than ever these days, because I don't know. And yet in Europe, if you're knocked off, well, especially in France, and I think it's basically the same throughout Europe, but I know France is very strict. If you knock someone off a motorbike, a scooter or a push bike in a car, man, you're in some serious trouble, you know. They take a real dim view of it, and this, oh well, I didn't see him, that just doesn't cut it, you know what I mean? That's like no excuse. And to be fair, it shouldn't really be an excuse, should it? And I don't know whether you've noticed, but they actually finished this road. Have you noticed? Hey, it's all done and dusted. Huh? How cool is that for the change? The last time I come down here, there was traffic jam. Well, not traffic jams, mind you. Any more than 4 cars stop these days, I class that as a traffic jam. But no, you know what I mean. Roadworks is the one that I was looking for. Roadworks, and yeah, there was all bit. So now it's all done. They had to get it done, you know, for the opening of the season. Else, you know, it would have been a bit silly, really. To be fair, it's not a bad day, I don't think, you know. I love this palm tree. Look at that, hey? Look at that for the palm tree. Beautiful. I've got some in my garden, and you can hardly see more. They're slow growing, you know. And I don't think I'm ever going to see mine get that big. I don't, you know. I'm 67 nearly, and it takes a few years for that, so I'll be lucky. But I think they're marvelous. I love palm trees. Hey, look at that. Hey, fair play to her. Hey, that's a job. Oh, so time consuming, that job is. They're just raking out this old stone walling and repointing it. Oh, blimey. It's like a never ending job. I like Audierne. Oops, stuck straight up the curb. Well, yeah, she's smiling anyway. Oh my God, that's the rear tyre. Oh dear. Well, it looks like the tide's in. Looks a bit busier today. Look, there's a market on. We'll go straight through. There's I don't know whether you can see that, but there's a yacht that's sunk across there. I don't think you'll see it. See? I don't know whether you can. All the campers are back. Look. God, dearie man. The cyclists are out. Look, hey, fair play to them. The wind's up a bit. Busy down here today. It's not because this is only, I mean, if I was to come down here, well, not Monday obviously, because Monday's Easter Monday, isn't it, eh? But if I was to come down here in the week this time of the year, it wouldn't be that busy yet. So this is purely because of the market. I'm just thinking, can we actually get round here, or have they shut it off? Oh no, we should be able to do it still with a bit of luck. I do like this place. I've always liked this place. Hang on, don't take your picture yet, you can get me in it. Oh, she's gone. Oh well, never mind, such is life. It's certainly got a few more people than usual, huh? But I think everybody is that fed up of the weather being so bad that the first opportunity of, oh look, it's not raining, they've all come out. I'm sure the bars are loving it, because normally at this time of the year, mind you, there again, it is a holiday weekend as well, so you get a lot of people that will come down here from the coast anyway. Sorry, to the coast, not from the coast. It's a good opportunity to practice your slow riding skills, isn't it, eh? See how much you wobble around, or not, as the case may be. Well, hopefully not. I was behind a guy the other day. I think it was a sort of Harley type bike, quite a low bike. And oh, that's clever. Why would you do that? Oh well, never mind. There's nothing like block. Well, you block the road, mate. You know, just as bad as him. I don't know. We do have some peanut heads a bit. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was behind this guy, and. And oh dear, here we go, eh? Do you know what? Anyway, I'll get to tell you this. I was behind this guy. I'd say he was you know, an elderly sort of gentleman like myself, falls into that sort of class. And I mean, obviously there's a lot of times when you have to ride slow, you know, you got no choice. And it's quite strange really how many people that when they actually do ride slow, they have trouble to balance on the bike, you know what I mean? I mean, he was over to the left and then back over to the right and back over to the, you know, and I'm not judging him saying he's a bad rider, because I don't think he is, you know. I mean, I don't know the guy, but you know, I mean, I wouldn't have thought so. Yep, going that way, and oh, look at that, what a view. And no, but it's true, you know, you get a lot of people at sort of low speeds, and they're not too good at controlling the bikes, you know, as in keeping it in a straight line. And I think it's something that a lot of us, we don't actually have chance to practice that much. Do you know what I mean? You sort of you know, if you're sort of main road riding or even trail riding, but you know, when you come through like towns and villages like this, well, then it does make that difference, you know. You sort of you have to ride slowly, you have to control the bike, and I don't think that's a bad thing, really. You know, I don't. Well, the sea's quite rough still, so yeah. Well, the ferries were running last night. There was ferries coming into France from the UK, and you know, so rather them than me. I don't mind ferries. You know, I go on a ferry anywhere, but and they don't particularly bother me, you know, when they're rough. But it's not the nicest thing, is it? You know. It is looking dark out at sea, mind you. Look, huh? This is a lot quieter, but of course this is just a beach here. So, but yeah, look at that, huh? Nice, isn't it? Yeah. I love the sea. I do actually. Well, I think everyone knows that now. Seems to have gone a bit warmer. Well, I was 17 degrees gone up to now, so yeah, can't moan at that at all. 17, so it's about 15 now, yeah. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? Rather nice, although it is looking a bit dark over that way, but still. These 30 limits are getting everywhere now, which, you know, again, not a bad thing when you think about it. The wind's getting up quite nicely now, again. Whether this is going to bring in this rain that they have forecasted, I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't be at all surprised. But at least I've got a rider just to get on the bike. You know what, it's therapeutic. It's a big word for the Saturday, isn't it? Especially for me. No, but it is. You know, if you enjoy doing something, it doesn't matter what it is. If you've got a hobby that you enjoy doing that hobby, when you're actually doing it, it just makes you, you know, look at this. I'll just look at that there. So they're in the sea. Look at that. Can you? I don't know whether you can see that. Look, hey, God, blimey, hey, nah. Sorry. I mean, I love the sea. I absolutely do. I like to look at it though. I mean, I love going in it in the summer. It's great, but I don't know. It's a bit cold this time of the year, I would think, and they didn't have, you know, sometimes, you know, you see them with the what's it on the what's them suits, you know, what the surfers wear. There's a word for it, isn't there? I just can't remember what it is now, but anyway. And you know, I mean, depending on the thickness and the quality of them, it keeps them nice and warm, doesn't it? And I've actually got one because we did some snorkeling, and I actually got one of them suits. God, I'll tell you something now. What I mean, by the time I got in it, trust me, I didn't need one to keep me warm. It was that much of a battle to get in the thing that I was that hot. Dearie me. And then the worst is when you're trying to get it off. It adheres itself to you, and I get it. That's the whole idea, isn't it? You know, that's what holds the heating. But I couldn't get it off. I'm rolling around. You know, we was at a caravan, you know, and I'm outside on the patio. You know, they got, you know, a bit of raised wooden patio. And I'm outside on this patio, and I'm rolling around, you know, trying to pull this, and it's an all-in-one as well, which makes it work. So like, I've got the top half off, right? That's off. Yeah, and you've got your swimming shorts on, and then you've got this suit on top, but they become as one, don't they? They do, you know, they just become as one. And so you're there. Well, by this time, with all the grunting and groaning, you've got an audience. You know, the people, they're not making it obvious, but they're like, oh, look at this bloke here. Hey, you look a right nana head, you really do. And you're trying to make it as easy as you possibly can, because you don't want to look a fool anyway, but you already do. So what's the difference, you know? And you're there and trying to get this thing off and rolling it down, and all of a sudden you realise that you've got the swimming trunks are in it as well, and you've got, so do you know what, I haven't worn it for years. Not the snorkeling on the head, too much trouble, just not worth it. Anyway, I got to be honest, probably wasn't a pretty sight. Aye. You can definitely feel the oops, it was your right away, but hey, do apologise, but I didn't really stop them, did I? I can sneak through there was room for me as well. This traffic, do you know, they love this traffic calming stuff. I get it, you know, I do, I've mentioned this before. I get it where sometimes, probably, maybe it works, but I don't know. I've seen more instances of road rage where they've got it than the places that haven't. It's just the places that haven't, okay, I know it's there to slow the traffic down, I mean, I get that, but the road rage that you know that you encounter because of it is anyway, it's my right of way. Oh God. Maybe if you just had a look before you walked on, you might not get ploughed down. Still, never mind, such is life. It's a crossing and I'm going to use it, basically, she thought. Well, I suppose, to be fair, I just didn't expect her to come hurtling across the, well, not hurtling, especially the last one. Fair play to her though, eh? But the first one was like, yep, I'm crossing, whether you stop or not, so, don't know. Bit of arrogancy there, I detected, but still, never mind. It's not worth moaning, so I'll shut up. But we had you on camera. Oh dear. Right, so have a look at the estuary, I think, going back maybe. Oh no, we can't now, can you? They've done this silly rule where you can't take vehicles. I don't know why they've done this, it's absolutely stupid. What we could do is go back into Audierne, possibly, instead of going the back way, and park on a big car park there, if we can get a gap, because it's all took over by camper vans at the moment, all there for Easter. I gotta be honest, do you know what, you know, and I mean, I've lived there now for 18 years, and every year at Easter or May Day or whenever they've got like a long weekend, this car park, which we're going to go to, fills up of camper vans. They all come along, and I get it, maybe it's on the estuary, but if I had a camper van, I could think of a load more places that I'd rather go and park up on. I certainly, well, you'll see, well, I've been there before with you, but you'll see, you know, when we get there. I just think it's a real strange place to go and spend the weekend. I mean, maybe they all meet up, you know, oh, first time for the year, let's meet up and that's great, you know, I'm all for that. Us bikers, you know, we do these biker meetups and that, and so I suppose it's only the same thing, except, you know, we go in like campsites only because we have to, really, don't we, you know. I mean, they can go on these places for free, and I think that's great, you know, why not? The best of it was, though, on this site here, this car park, if you owned a, say you had a rib or a small boat that you used to keep at home, and you used to be like, because there's a launch way here, so you could go down there, you could launch a rib and you could just park it on the car park. Well, it's a huge car park, and then all of a sudden 2 years ago, the Marie, in his wisdom, because Maries have a lot of wisdom, normally the wrong sort, but never mind, he decided to ban trailers. You now have to take your rib or boat, you have to drop it in the water and moor it up somewhere. Where he expects you to tie it up to, I really don't know. And then you have to drive, I think, 15 minutes up the road to this allocated trailer park that he's made. So what's that all about, eh? If that isn't saying, mind you, no, he probably owns a motorhome, I would imagine, you know. Or he's got a thing about boats, you know when you give a little man a bit of power and he goes to the head. So yeah, but so now, I mean, I've got a rib at home, so sort of don't use it because it just takes the fun out of it. This wind's getting up. In fact, it's quite windy now, making I'm actually going into the wind. But never mind, eh? We'll get to the car park in a minute and you'll see. Campers are, I'm all for camper vans. I think camper vans are great. I think maybe if my passion wasn't motorbikes and camping, then I'd probably have a camper van. I think I would. But at the moment, you know, and certainly, hopefully, God willing, for the foreseeable few years to come, as long as I'm still able to ride a bike and enjoy a bike, I'm certainly not going to ditch them. So yeah, I don't think I'll be having a camper van just yet. But I do see how people really like them, you know, and yeah, I get it, because they are nice. Some of them are beautiful, you know, cost a fortune, mind you, but they're beautiful. Right, so normally we go left there, but we're going to go back into Audierne, and we're going to go back into Audierne and look at this car park. Do you know what? I was just thinking, this what I've put on my seat now, it hasn't half made a difference. I'm not sliding around. I'm actually, where I've sat is where I've stayed, yeah. And yeah, it's nice. Like I said, I used to have this on the Suzuki, because the Suzuki wasn't the most comfortable of seats for some unknown reason. I don't know why, but it wasn't. Whereas this is, I haven't done this for comfort, you know. I find the seats on these are quite comfortable. What I have done this for is basically, like I say, I slide around in it, you know. It becomes a bit of a pain, literally. It can be a pain when you hit that tank, if you have to brake or something. It's like your voice suddenly goes a tad high pitch. So yeah, and but this is great. This has kept me exactly where I wanted to be without sliding around, so well done. I like this road here. It's a play road, eh? Even for the Himalayan. even though people say that it slugs up hills. Well, gotta be a bit careful here. This is a gendarme hiding place here. As you come round here, they love it. They lurk sometimes just up this road here. Look, see, just up there. They peekaboo out with their little speed cameras. Right, so we're going to go down here. Gotta make sure there's not a crossing there, don't I? I'll have to run somebody else over, do I? Oh, busy there. Mind you, this is busier. I never thought about this. Of course, the market's on, isn't it? Yeah, so we're not going to be able to really stop and look at much here at all. I did actually forget about this. See if we can get, we won't get up there because the guy that fixes the boats, he's there with all his what's its, but we might walk around there. Look, we'll get some air on the corner. Morning, Major. Salute the old magpie. Yeah, got a bit of a view there, look, eh? Well, there you go. Nice. It looks like there's a yacht there. Can you see that yacht where you can just see the mascot? That's sank. And then if you look out there, I don't know how well the GoPro's picking that up, but there's like a little orange boat there. That's about to go under. Look, see? Right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little ride. I am actually going to end this video here now because yeah, well, just because really. So basically it was nice to get out and have a ride. Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're doing what you want to do this weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video. So take care. If you like what I've done, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I'd love you to be. Subscribe down below, and I will catch you in the next video. So bye for now.